Hey guys, welcome back to another brand new video here on my YouTube channel. Now, as you guys may know, last week I picked 3 books that I was going to reread that all had the friend with benefits trope because I had been craving a good book with that trope and I had not read one in a while. So I was like, I'm going to pick 3 books that are the top ones in that trope for my library and I'm going to reread them. Now, we are down to the third and final book review. Now, you may be wondering, okay, why am I doing book reviews of rereads? It's because I read most of these books before I started creating a lot of my book content, and so I didn't actually really do reviews of these until I thought I'm going to reread them and then give you guys my honest opinions of them. And obviously they're all 5 stars because I chose to reread them, and I would not reread a book that was less than probably 4.5 stars. Okay, so the third and final one that I reread is The Wingman by Stephanie Archer, and this is part of the Vancouver Storm series. This is book 3, yes, book 3, and this is also my favorite in the Vancouver Storm series. This is the first one out of the 3 that is my favorite of the series. The other 2 are my second favorite in the series, but this one is my favorite. Now, another microtrope in this one that I feel like we don't see a lot of is it's not just a friends to lovers, but it is a best friends to lovers, and I feel like we do not see enough of a best friends to lovers trope, and I need to see more best friends to lovers. So if you have recommendations for not just a friends to lovers but a best friends to lovers, leave those down in the comments down below and I will look into them. Okay, so this follows Hayden Owens, who plays for the Vancouver Storm, and Darcy Anderson, who is his best friend, who also was engaged to Hayden Owens' best friend. So basically, how the story starts is Darcy has just moved back to Vancouver, and she is living with Hayden because she broke off her engagement with Kit, who was Hayden's Owen's best friend, before he learned what he learned about Kit. Which basically the situation is that Darcy had told Kit, I think it was in December, she was like, hey, I actually want to break up. And he was like, why? So he's like, there's a lot going on right now with the hockey season. He's like, why don't we wait a little bit before breaking up? She was like, okay, fine. And then there's a hockey game, and it's Kit's team versus the Vancouver Storm. I don't even remember his team. He plays for Calgary, so it's Calgary versus Vancouver. It is the outside. It's like the Winter Classic game, or I think we have it in Canada. It's called the Heritage game. But it's the Winter Classic game, and he proposes to Darcy in front of everybody. So she's kind of feels like she has no choice but to say yes. So she says yes, and then the following day she's like, hey, I actually do want to break up. So she ends up breaking up with him and coming back to Vancouver and moving in with Hayden. And then she's to Hayden, she's like, you're the one of the biggest players I know. You're the king of the players. And she was like, I want to become a player like you. I want to have freedom and explore things. And she's like, I don't know if I want to be in a relationship right now. So Hayden is just down bad for her, and he's been down bad for her since he met her in college, and they bonded over the Northern Sword, which is a romantic-y book series that they both enjoyed, and that's both their favorite series. They both were wearing shirts of when they met each other in college in their English class. He's been down bad for her since, but he did not ask her out in college, and he kind of regrets that because he always wanted to. But then she ended up with Kit, and now that she's single and wants to learn to be a player, she was like, will you be my wingman? And he feels like he would rather teach her how to be a player than to watch her date other people. So he's like, yes, I'll be your wingman. And then eventually they fall in love, and he's taking things slow because he knows that she said she doesn't want to be in a relationship, but she's starting to feel confident that she could be in a relationship with him. And it is just so fun. I just love a best friends to lovers, especially because they're roommates, so you get to see little moments when he has flowers delivered, or when he takes her out for Valentine's Day, because she said she'd never been out on a date for Valentine's Day or really on a date ever. And he just takes her out on good dates. And again, this book was 5 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I also thoroughly enjoyed my reread. My whole reread process has been thoroughly enjoyable, that I decided to pick up 2 more books that I was going to reread, and I've talked about those on my social, so you can check that out. But again, I gave this one 5 stars, and this one is my favorite in the Vancouver Storm series. Also, this series just finished this year with the final book, The Wild Card, which follows Coach Tate Ward, who we see throughout all of the books, and Jordan, who again we see throughout all of the books. And I believe that Stephanie Archer just announced that there is going to be, at some point, she is working on the 2nd generation Vancouver Storm. So I'm excited for that because I'm a sucker for professional hockey romance series, and I thought the series was great. It's not my favorite hockey romance series, but I still did enjoy it quite a bit, so I'm excited for the 2nd generation because people have been asking her about Luca, and I forgot about Luca, but you meet Luca in this book. Luca does join in this book, and I think he's going to be the first MMC probably in the second generation Vancouver Storm series. So I'm going to be excited for that. But that is all for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss another brand new video from me. You can follow me at RomanceBLVD on Instagram and Threads, and at Romance Boulevard all spelled out on TikTok. Until the next one, bye.